Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video guys to any of you having a Hyundai Kia guys and you have a 2.4 Gdi engine. Even if you have other Gdi engines, you have problems to where your car does not idle, it idles rough, it dies. So this will explain a common thing that can easily cause that, and actually two mistakes that people easily make that can cost you a brand new engine or the engine rebuild. All that will be covered in this video today. Before we start, let me just tell you a little bit about us guys. Every single car we get at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we do that? Simply because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need guys is in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep providing this free information. If you need to buy any parts tools for a good price and quick shipping as well, check out the link in the description of the video below and you can see where we get all our tools and supplies from. With that being said, let me explain what we have specifically here. This is guys the GDI engine that we have. Now if you guys have rough idle, unstable vehicle operation, dying engine, number one thing that you will need to do guys, okay, you need to scan your system for codes. If your engine light is not on, it doesn't mean that you don't have a code stored in the engine computer that can indicate what the problem is. Many of you ask me what's a good scanner for these modern vehicles. That's the one that we recommend guys. I'll put the link in the description of the video below. It's an amazing tool that can pay itself off in one-time use. It works on Ferrari, Mercedes, BMW, Hyundai, Kia and almost any car you can think of. So check it out guys. Let's say you don't have still any codes, okay, what I'll recommend to look for. You will need to get to your throttle body. This is your throttle body. It's mounted on the intake manifold right here. Now, that throttle body guys, usually they will get really dirty. Okay, you can see it gets really dirty on the inside. We clean only half of it. This half is not cleaned, so you can see how terrible it is even underneath right here where it closes. So if that throttle body is dirty, what can happen? It may not be closing correctly, or it may not be letting enough air go through, it may not be responsive, and as a result that can cause unstable idle and vehicle dying as well, because it may not return fast enough, the vehicle can die, or it may not open fast enough. The vehicle will get more gasoline. Let's say you give it gas all of a sudden, the engine gets gasoline, but the throttle body is slower because it's ticking. As a result, what will happen? Okay, the car will flood and die practically, because you don't have enough air for that amount of fuel. So cleaning the throttle body often will solve that problem. If you want to see how to clean throttle body on Hyundai, we have the video on the channel, so please check it out. And you need to clean it on both sides. What makes them dirty? Usually guys, you have a Pcv valve that catches the oil vapors and brings the positive crankcase ventilation in the intake manifold and puts the oil vapors back in the engine. But if that valve fails, you might start putting engine oil in the intake manifold, and that can result into dirty valves, dirty throttle body, all that stuff. So inspect your Pcv valve, it's a serviceable item. Another thing to check, gasket. If you have a leaking gasket, okay, the car may be getting too much air, that can kill it. So make sure that the throttle body gasket is in good condition. The hose for the throttle body, the intake hose, is tight on the throttle body side and the air filter box side. It could be a bad gasket for the intake manifold as well, and other things that can lead to rough idle could be bad oxygen sensor, dirty fuel injectors, weak or not working correctly spark plugs, ignition coils guys, okay, but I would definitely recommend to scan the system and see, and it will lead you that way. Now if you remove the throttle body to clean it, okay, or replace it, two mistakes people make. One, you will need to drain the coolant because you have two coolant lines, and if you don't drain it, you'll make a mess everywhere. But still, even if you don't drain it, you will leak some coolant and you will need to add coolant. People do not add the correct coolant for this type of engine. You need to use approved coolant for Hyundai, Kia, GDI engine, or I'll try to put the link in the description of the video below where you can get the original one from. Number two, once you put the throttle body together, you add coolant, people will just start driving. That's a huge mistake. You need to bleed the cooling system on these modern cars. If you don't bleed the cooling system, you may end up having an air pocket in the engine guys, okay, in the block, and what can happen? Actually, that air pocket can cause the car to overheat, and you may end up needing a new head, new block, new head gasket, or a new engine. So we'll definitely recommend to bleed the cooling system. The video will be coming on our channel very soon. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching and see you next time.